Hey everyone, this is Super0rri0r, aka Luna, aka the guy that owns Moonlit Battlegrounds, and Theorycraft just released the April 16th patch notes, and so I thought let's check it out. It seems like they're doing a focus on improving the player onboarding experience. I won't be going over that, but here's the note just in case you guys want to see it. I'm more interested in the balance, so let's take a look at it. Eva, she's a really fun hero. She's just came out, been really enjoying her. And looking at these notes, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. It's a lot of quality of life changes. So for example, making the orbs move nicely around the terrain. That was something that was bothering me as an Eva player, just getting orbs stuck on everything. And then the orb health going up, decreasing the cooldown, and increasing the healing of orbs. Those are really amazing. Especially I love the cooldown one. I really hated the cooldown management for Eva and going down from 12 to 10, 9 to 8. Those are some amazing changes, I think. I think Eva players will really like that. And the cooldown going down for Shift is also really good, just making her a lot more viable within fights overall. And the movement speed changes too. Now Jhin, this is a little bit of an interesting one. They're removing his mana regen after he casts it for 4 seconds. But if you land it, you get 5 mana on hit. So that's going to reward skilled players and also makes him less annoying in chasing him because now he has a little bit less mana. Now the Beebo one is a bit interesting. They're trying to make him a bit more readable. I don't fully understand it, so let's just read it. So the LMB, his basic attack, is split into 2 parts. So part 1, after the first charge, LMB reaches full knockback. After first charge, Bat will wall stun on hit. Okay. Part 2, after second charge, LMB reaches full damage. So it seems like I'd have to see it in game. I don't fully understand what's going on here. I think they're just breaking it up a bit. Seems like after 0.8 seconds, you'll get the wall stun, and then after another 0.5 seconds, you'll get the full damage on it. Maybe there's some visual stuff going on in there. I'm not sure. But anyway, so LMB knockback at full charge reduced by 20% for non-B-bomb targets. B-bomb knockback is unchanged. Knockback at full charge reduced by 20%. Okay, so there's less knockback against enemies, but the B-bomb is the same. And then cast bar on top of health bar now shows 2 distinct... Okay, so instead of just 1 long bar, it's going to be 2 distinct segments. Interesting. So that'll be a bit easier for enemies to read, and also for players, the Beebo players. It makes it a little bit easier for them too. And then LMB segments on bottom left also reflect these changes. Okay. The weapon graphics on the bottom left. Now equipment, last stand. I think this is a pretty big one. So last stand, for those who don't know, it increases. It's basically. Is it on hit? I think it's on hit. On hit healing when you're below 40% health. And it's been reduced from 50% healing to 25% healing. And that's a pretty big deal, actually. I think it's going to affect a lot of the Felix players, maybe Shiv players. I don't know if Shiv players run Last Stand. I think Hudson players run Last Stand. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not too big on. I only play like 3 or 4 heroes, so I don't know exactly what everyone's running. But I know this is going to affect Felix players. And Felix is pretty tanky for a who's he has a visual of a squishier champion, but he can be pretty tanky if he lands all of his damage with Last Stand. So that's going to be a pretty big hit to Felix players, I think. And then the vision cones, this one's going to be really interesting. So they're increasing the hunter vision cones to reward strategic play, and actually I really like this. So they're increasing the proximity vision by 200 units. And they're increasing the vision cone by 500 units. So the proximity vision is the circle that's around the player, and then the cone is like where you can see further. And I really like this change because I always felt kind of tunnel visioned when I played SUPERVIVE, and you can now just see further. I'm really excited for that change, and it's going to make... So it seems like their goal for this is to reduce the frequency of surprise third-partying and unearned ambushes. That's going to be interesting to see how it's going to affect the competitive players. Then the rest is just some quality of life changes, making making some of these abilities do the Destructibles, doing more damage to the Destructibles more consistent, and then some sound changes for the enemies. Void, he's going to be a little bit easier to to listen to, and same thing with the Beebo Tonk Tonk. It'll be a bit easier to react to it, I guess. Tooltips, actually I haven't read through this already, let me see what it says. So with player feedback, thanks to Enigmatic, we've made a number of fixes to existing tooltip issues and took some time to refresh our new player tooltips too. It seems like they're making the consistency between what's actually happening in the game and what the tooltips are saying more consistent. That's cool. And some bug fixes and reporting on some things that were undocumented from the previous patch, and that's about it. Overall, I think it's a pretty good patch. I really like the vision cones and the changes to last stand. Maybe Felix players won't like it, but I'm not a Felix player, so the more I can kill a Felix quickly, the better for me. I think, how would this affect competitive play for Eva? It'll just make her a little bit more viable. I don't know how much more viable she'll become, but it'll be interesting to see. But this is a pretty good win for Eva players. Jhin players, it'll be a little bit more annoying for them, but better for. Jhin. I don't think Jin's really a problem in competitive play, so I don't think this is a big deal. I'm not sure. Beebo, just some nice changes, makes him a bit more readable. Nothing big there. Last stand, that's gonna be pretty big, I think. We're going to be seeing a little bit less Felix, maybe a little bit less Shiv. I don't know. We'll see. And the vision cones, that's going to be pretty big. That's going to affect a lot of play. I think this is going to have a big effect on those, last few circles where there's 4 or 5 teams or three or four teams. And, teams will just have more information on each other. And maybe they'll be a bit more confident to fight each other. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens there, but that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. All right, that's it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. May your passion shine as bright as the moon. Super Warrior, out.